Yes, sir. How may I help you? Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I'm looking for a high sound quality driver, but still get some really good SPL out of it. You got anything like that? Yes, one of the best that we have is the Stereo Integrity SQL 12. Yeah, the SQLs, I think I've heard of those. Yeah, they're supposed to be really good. You got any of those in stock? Of course, let me grab one for you. While you're here, would you be interested in some audiophile quality speaker cable with interconnects on the end? These are 270 individual strands of copper woven by 270 individual virgins. That seems a bit excessive. I'm good on those. I think I'll just take the subwoofer. Very well, let me go grab the subwoofer. Oh, dude, what are you wearing? That would be our audiophile underwear. Is that a thong? Why, yes, that is for a nice, breathable and airy sound that isn't just for your ears to enjoy. Is that necessary? Now, sir, I can assure you that there is absolutely no other reason that I would be wearing these other than to enhance my listening experience. Okay, so would you be interested? I'll take 2 pair. So let's look at something fun, shall we? This is a 24-inch subwoofer, the HS24 from Stereo Integrity. 24-inch driver, 12-inch cone in the center there. 12-inch dust cap. This is their SQL 12. 12-inch driver. Much smaller dust cap. Don't know the size. The dust cap is the same size in this as this entire subwoofer. Absolutely massive. We're not going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about Stereo Integrity's SQL drivers. We'll see more of these in videos to come, but not today. So I'm going to open the 15-inch driver of the SQL series so you can see how these are packaged. But as most of you know, I'm a huge fan of Stereo Integrity. I've been rocking their HS24s in my home theater now for several years. We just had a awesome experience at M-Wave this year. Brought 4 of the 24s in the experience room there. Had a great time. So Nick sent out a couple of his SQL drivers to take a look at and show you guys. And there we go, the 15 out of the package and the 12-inch SQL drivers from Stereo Integrity. Now, you guys may not know that Stereo Integrity makes more than 18s or 24-inch drivers, as you guys have seen on my channel. These are obviously their SQL drivers, as I mentioned, but as the name alludes, these are their sound quality focused drivers. Now, Nick spent extra time making sure that he could get the best sound quality out of these subs and really put together a very nice package. Just getting a little bit on the technical side, explaining why these are high sound quality drivers before I dive into some of the specs. The resistance is, or excuse me, the inductance is half of the resistance, which makes for a very linear driver. Now, for those of you who are really interested in that, I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description to a page on Stereo Integrity's website, where there's actually a multi-page document explaining why that is important with drivers in general, but especially high sound quality drivers. So be sure to check that out if you're wanting to do a little bit of reading and educate yourself on some speaker design. So it was very educational for me. I hope you find that interesting as well, but let's go ahead and dive into some of the specs of these drivers. Also, be sure to stick around till the end. I'm going to be doing a little bit of free air testing with these, so stick around for that. But right now, the SQL series only comes in a 12-inch and a 15-inch configuration. These are the paper cone and the matte black dust cap. These also come in a carbon fiber dust cap variant. The motors are the same on these drivers, but the baskets and the soft parts are obviously going to be different just to account for the difference in size. Now, both of these sizes either come in a dual 2 or dual 4 ohm configuration, so these are extremely flexible to use either in a car audio or home audio situation. Now I'm just going to be lifting this 12-inch drive around because it's a little bit lighter, but as you can see on the back end here, got a nice polished motor structure and magnet. These terminals on either side, they got dual push terminals that accept up to, I believe, 12 gauge wire in these. Now continuing with the motor, the SQL series has a 2.75 inch voice coil and is also equipped with a 8 3/8 inch dual Nomex spider. Now, as mentioned, on the front these have a paper cone and a tall rubber surround. Now I'll throw up all of the specs on the screen here, but a few of them to point out is on the SQL12, the RE is 3.4 ohms, has an FS of 27.9 hertz. The SPL is rated at 92 decibels at 2.83 volts at 1 meter, and the power handling is 1000 watts RMS. For the 15, we have an RE of 3.25 ohms, an FS of 23.8 hertz, an SPL of 95 decibels at 2.83 volts at 1 meter, and is also 1000 watts RMS. Now, one awesome spec for both of these subwoofers, especially considering that they are sound quality drivers, is that they have a one-way X-Max of 28.4 millimeters, meaning that the overall excursion is greater than 56 millimeters. So yeah, these are going to sound good, but they are also going to get down and get loud. Now, another crazy spec, especially for this 12-inch driver, the recommended enclosure size for a sealed enclosure is only 0.65 foot up to 1 cubic foot. That is insanely small, especially for a 12-inch driver. Now for a ported enclosure, it is, let's see here, 1.5 cubic foot tuned to 24 hertz. For the 15-inch driver, the recommended enclosure size for a sealed enclosure is only 2 cubic foot. Again, incredibly small for a 15-inch driver. If you're wanting to go ported for this 15, it's recommended that you go to a 4.25 cubic foot enclosure tuned to 22 hertz. Now in a sealed enclosure, Nick is saying that both of these drivers will dig down to 8 hertz effectively, so I am definitely going to be testing that out and showing you guys what these dig down to, what the SPL is. I've actually already got a 4 cubic foot sealed enclosure for a 15 that I'm going to be throwing this into, and I'm going to be doing a build video with this 12, probably something different with the 15 as well, to be honest. But let me know down in the comments what sort of enclosure you would like to see both of these in. Would you like to see it in a home theater environment, a car audio environment, sealed, ported? Just let me know down in the comments what you would like to see, and I'm going to try to get it done for you guys. So now that we've gone over the specs on both of these, let's go ahead and throw an amp on them and see them moving. All right, here we go. Got an XLS 1000 hooked up to it. We're going to do some 20 hertz here, get it moving, see how much it moves. So let's get it started. Yeah, not bad. Let's really get it going. Not bad, a little more. Dude, that thing rocking. All right, so that was 20 hertz. We are going to throw it down to 15 hertz. So we'll do 15 real quick, see how that looks. So I don't know if you can see exactly how much this is moving, but that is a lot of movement for this little 12. 15 hertz, 56 millimeters, no, 54 millimeters of X-Max. Pretty good excursion there. All right, now we got the 15 hooked up, so 15 hertz on the 15. Let's see what it can do. Sucker is moving and it is dead quiet. Like I mentioned earlier, be sure to comment down below which type of enclosure you would like to see these in. And a huge thank you to Nick at Stereo Integrity for sending these out for some content and some builds here on the channel. I really do appreciate you. Be sure to check out their link down below where you can check out these SQL drivers, their 24-inch drivers, their amplifiers, their component speakers, all of that on their website. They've got some really great products. So again, I'll leave their link down below. I really appreciate you guys watching Life of Bliss, and I better start working on some boxes. So I'll see you soon.